ideas was a Helldivers-like game,
Oh my
PvE
god, that
in
would've been
nature,
so
where you
good.
and 3 friends fight the Covenant, potentially even as ODSTs. I bet Microsoft is kicking themselves that they did not go for that. Other games that didn't go further than the prototyping.
Do you know what would be the best Halo, like, ever to be released? If they just released like a 50-50 or 100v100, whatever, like mass teams, so that you could just have like Spartans versus the Flood, Spartans versus Covenant, Spartans versus whatever. Like, it would be so good, and it would just feel like Halo, like you just going to war. Hey, what's up guys? We're gonna be watching this video about this canceled Halo game that I guess like didn't release, but they got the files for it, which is actually pretty interesting because I heard about this game, but then like I kind of forgot about it and never saw anything about it. So I'm kind of interested. I believe it was a Mega Bloks game, like, you know, like those like kind of like the Halos, or well, you know, Halo doesn't really look good as Lego, so they did the Mega Bloks. So I'm kind of curious how this will go, or if it's
Guys,
good.
huge news. You know that Halo Mega Bloks game got cancelled, say, 7 years ago? Well, guess what? It's
Damn,
now
this shit actually
playable
looks
and
good.
downloadable for everyone. Project Hagar was a confidential build of a prototype of a now cancelled Halo Lego-like
Dude,
game.
that's crazy.
And today, we're gonna break it down. Today, we're going to talk about why it was cancelled, how far along was it,
Damn,
and
the
should have
mobility
343
crazy.
finished it. So let's not waste any more time, let's dive into the Halo Mega Bloks game. Now, if you do want to file yourself, the links will be in the description below. I was playing on Xenia, a free-to-download Xbox game emulator.
Ooh, I might
Shout out to
try
the
it then
Alpha
if I can
Archive
play
for the
it.
file, but if you have an Xbox 360 dev kit, it will also work. When loading up Project Hagar, you'll be greeted with this loading screen. The main menu music that you're listening to right now is actually pretty good. The build itself is a prototype featuring a few missions.
Bro's
and I was
just
actually
jumping
quite
around
surprised
them.
at just how fleshed out it was. You can build objects, hijack hunters to finish them off, drive a range of vehicles from a mongoose, a
The
warthog,
needle,
and
bro.
even a
It's just
ghost. All of
shredding
the
him.
enemies will break into blocks
He just
like
bashed
Legos
him.
when they're defeated, and there's even local co-op support. Looking at you, Halo Infinite. For just being a few levels, it
Not
has
the
the
Halo
art style
Infinite
and
is.
design pretty much finished. It gives
Yeah, I was gonna say the art style, it just needs to be updated a bit, but for the most part, this is really good. Like all the stuff in the outside, like even like the way like, you know, the water and like the sky looks and all that stuff, and the structure over there, like that looks all good. It's just they need to do some character model updates and then maybe some updates with the ground and walls, and then it would be like literally beautiful.
you an overview of how the game would have looked if they fully finished it and released it. The game also features all major mechanics far beyond the rough pre-release footage I've seen of various games in the past. It makes me wonder just how far along this prototype got. I genuinely believe it would have been received well. Now in terms of gameplay, and I gotta say, it was fun. A lot more fun than I was expecting. Aiming is easy as you can lock on, but the movement is fantastic. You get a strong thruster pack, sprint, and can jump.
It just seems like you just like
lets you go
dance on them,
super
bro.
far, and
Like
it's
they can't even
really
hit you.
enjoyable to do. You also
Like
get
his
a bubble
health's not
shield
even
as
dropping.
equipment that you can shoot out of, and you have the ability to throw both
never mind.
plasma and frag grenades.
That
Any
one
enemy
shot
that is
just
weak
screwed
can
him.
be executed assassination style. It's a little jank as it's a prototype
Dude, that
build,
hunter
but
looks
it's
like a
cool
Dark
little
Souls
mechanic
boss.
that obviously would have been polished and fleshed out had
What's
the
he
project gone
doing?
ahead. I love the
Oh, he
building
was
mechanic as
throwing a
well. It
grenade.
doesn't feel gimmicky in the slightest, and you can construct pieces to create bridges, elevators, vehicles, turrets, and more if you break enough blocks in the surrounding areas.
That's
There's even
so
traps you
cool.
can make when defending areas that the Covenant will walk over. It's great. I've seen a lot of concepts in my time, and I really think this one had promise, especially when you consider what 343 did release, and no
Not the
shade to
diss
Spartan
again.
Assault at all, but I feel like this Mega Bloks game is so much better, and it's only in the prototype stage. Another thing I want to touch on is the Halo art style itself. For
See, why does like 343 Studios just take L's for no reason? Like this would have been such an easy win for them and such a good morale boost for their company, and like a good game that would have been innovative and stuff. Like this would have been so good. This would have been better than Halo 5 or whatever, like even Halo Infinite. Like Halo Infinite's not that bad, but it's just like it's just bland.
Some reason, even when it's blocky and cartoonish, it looks awesome. The Forerunner constructs coming together, the forests, and the atmosphere of the ring all look great. I also love how they even put some comedy in between the grunts, elites, and hunters.
Yeah, the
hunters,
Lego
by the
comedy.
Way, are absolute monsters in this game. Massive bosses, and they can actually take
that's how they were in the
2
Halo
hits
games.
in this build. You also come across jackals, but they're fairly easy to take down. And in terms of how the campaign missions are actually structured, in terms of objectives, it is still a Halo game at heart. You fight the Covenant, secure objectives, drive through warthog and vehicle sections, but then traverse and move into enclosed Forerunner structures and other installation buildings. There's parts of the game where you hold out firefight style against waves of Covenant, basically generate a defense from Halo Reach. There's even a Forerunner highway section where you get to drive almost on a racetrack / warthog run style level.
That's
and
kind
it's
of what it
super
looks
fun.
like.
I was also surprised when I loaded up co-op, it actually functioned. I was
oh my
able to
God,
run around
split
with
screen that
multiple
actually
players,
works
and
in
it makes me wish that
2024.
any Halo game that comes out in the future has local split screen. Yes, Halo Infinite has it for multiplayer, but I really wish it had couch co-op for campaign. There's just something about it that feels nostalgic to me. I know I would get a lot of use out of it. I'm sure many of you guys would too.
Like every other Halo.
Enough, 7 years ago, when this information first broke, but it wasn't playable for many people, studio head Bonnie Ross at the time actually commented on Project Hagar / the Halo Mega Bloks build, and she said this: "Footage has recently made the rounds of an exploratory Xbox 360 project we worked on several years ago known as Hagar. Since then, we've received a lot of great feedback. To put into context, even 7 years ago, people loved the idea of a Lego / Mega Bloks Halo game. Hagar was something we prototyped with our friends at Mega Bloks that focused on the elements of action, exploration, and user creativity found within the Halo universe.
Like imagine if this
Hagar
was
has a lot
even
of fun ideas
more
and invention
updated
behind it, but ultimately didn't progress beyond the early prototyping levels that are shown in the footage available. This is just one of several similar projects we've evaluated throughout the years, a process that we continue exploring on a regular basis. Now, to put things into perspective for you guys watching this video, over the last 12 years, there's been about 20 to 30 Halo titles that have been put to Microsoft. These were either shot down immediately or put to the prototyping stage, like the Hagar gameplay you're watching.
So Microsoft is the issue. We thought 343 Studios was the issue all along, but it was actually Microsoft. Because you can't tell me that they're making good decisions with Halo, like Microsoft Studios, if they were shut down this game or like declined it or said, nah, we're not interested. But then they said, oh yeah, Halo 5, this bland ass game that's literally just like every other Halo, but better graphics, like nothing different, and also doesn't have the interesting story of like Halo 3. Even Halo 4's story was decent. Like it was okay. Like what the hell, bro? Like how do you take L's like this, bro?
On screen now. Famously, one of those pitched ideas was a Helldivers-like game, PvE in nature, where you and 3 friends fight the Covenant, potentially even as ODSTs. I bet Microsoft is kicking themselves that they did not go for that. Other games that didn't go further than the prototyping.
Do you know what would be the best Halo, like, ever to be released? If they just released like a 50-50 or 100v100, whatever, like mass teams, so that you could just have like Spartans versus the Flood, Spartans versus Covenant, Spartans versus whatever. Like it would be so good, and it would just feel like Halo, like you just going to war. Like it would be so good, but they're never gonna do it.
Stage is the space combat Halo Infinite concept. I feel space combat is something Halo fans would absolutely love beyond the saber fighting in Halo Reach, and stay tuned on this because I may have something to share on this front in a few weeks. Moving on.
I don't know though, because like Star Wars released the Star Wars Space Fighters or whatever it was called, that was just like space combat, and it did poorly. Like I played it, it was fun, but it was just like maybe it's just because it was made by EA, like it just kind of felt bare bones. Maybe that's why, because the monetization kind of ruined a lot of things and like stripped a lot from the game, so like the content was really just like kind of locked. Maybe, you know, to be fair, it was made by EA, so maybe that's why.
From that, and some of you might know this
Maybe
already, there's
Halo would do
even
it
the
better.
Overwatch hero shooter concept, with XDev saying,
that
and
sounds
I quote,
horrible
"I can confirm
for
that they are
Halo.
working on various hero-based prototypes. In fact, I think there were both PvP and PvE prototypes built. From the digging I did and the conversations I had, the focus groups who tested the hero shooter Halo Infinite concepts absolutely hated it. They said
wonder
this
why.
isn't Halo, and that's when they begun to work on the traditional Halo Infinite multiplayer we play today. One thing I've spoken a lot about on the channel is that Halo is such a versatile franchise that so many different Halo games of different genres could really work and be popular.
They
No,
just don't
I
take
don't think
risks.
the hero shooter would work, but a Lego Halo game,
Which
that would have
sucks.
absolutely kicked ass. The reason why I
Yeah.
think this game is so important, and why I think both 343 and Microsoft made a mistake, that you can have the mature Halo video
They need
games
to
like
bring
the
this
original
back.
trilogy, and that will entice younger audiences themselves, just like me when I was a kid, because you have to be 15 or over to play it, which actually attracted me to the series in the first place. But then the Mega Bloks / Lego game would have been another way to get new audiences into trying out Halo. Sure, us veteran fans would
I would
still
say
love
even
to
older
play this.
people
It's a
would play it
spin-off
too.
game, while the
Like,
main
this is
project
fun.
would still be worked on. And a fun fact for you guys watching my videos, I checked my Halo analytics the other day. This is the age of people who watch Halo on YouTube, specifically
no young
my
people.
channel. Other Halo YouTubers weighed in, and it was fairly accurate. They had similar audience percentages. Microsoft 100% has seen this too. That's why we saw a push over the last 10 years of making Halo less bloody and less violent. But I really think, and most of you will agree on this, if they did want a younger audience, went the wrong way about it. Finally today, and while we're on the topic of Lego / Mega Bloks Halo, I have to include this from Bungie. April Fools 2008, Bungie released this gem of an
that looks
article
terrible.
with an image of a mock-up Halo Lego video game. The article reads, "We really feel like the Halo trilogy is as strong as Star Wars, and that's why we're excited to take our rich universe and present it in a way everyone can enjoy." I honestly
I'm gonna be honest, and I know this is probably gonna be hated, and like people aren't gonna like this, but I'm gonna be real. Halo in Lego form looks like ass. Like the Lego blocks just looks way better because it has more detail, like the way the armor looks, and it just fits the game better. If they make a Lego game, please just make this game. Just go off this prototype and make it better and update it and make it even better than it already is, because this looks like a really good game already. Like it kind of gives me like old like Crash Bandicoot vibes with the old Lego game vibes. Like this is awesome. And it screams Halo. Like it doesn't scream like some cash grab.
wouldn't have minded a Halo Lego /
Like it
Mega
reminds
Bloks
me
game.
of the
I think it
Lego
would have been
blocks
neat.
I
And
used
that's
to play as
everything
a
I had
kid
to
with the
cover.
Halo
Link to
Lego
the Halo
blocks.
Mega Bloks build will be in the description. You'll need Xenia as the emulator to run the game as well. Let me know what you think of the cancelled Mega Bloks Halo game in the comments below. Would you have liked it? Would it have made for a cool, unique spin-off? Let me know. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.
Like it literally reminds me, because me and my friends used to like all get together. We would grab our troops together, because like we all didn't have each of us didn't have like a huge army, but we had like a pile, and we just combine it to make these ultimate fights. And our one friend had he had an army. He had tanks, he had Covenant, he had like Spartans. It was crazy, and it would just be like a whole bloodbath. That was so fun as a kid. We used to play that like outside and like have wars and shit. But anyways, yeah, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to this guy, Mint Blitz. Make sure you like his video. The link will be in the description below. Jesus. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please comment below what you guys thought. Should 343 Studios, should they have done this, or should they have, maybe they made the right decision to drop it? I don't think so. I think this was a crazy L. Like, I think this is a huge L on 343, or at least maybe it's Microsoft Studios from what he was saying, and from like the articles and stuff, because Microsoft Studios is like just not thinking, if that's the case. Like, that is like, whoever's managing that is crazy. Whoever's like vetting their games, and because at 30 games and you picked Halo Infinite instead of this, and Halo 5, like, because this was 2017, like, what the hell? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Peace.